I know. My camera with it. There we go. We're live. Okay, Jack, here you go. There's a finished product.
Relatively.
Are those yours?
Yeah.
What are they?
What the hell are they? We almost threw those away. We thought it was rubber, like kind of a bushing thing or something.
It's nasty black licorice.
It is nasty. We didn't eat it, but we touched them.
You want to try nasty black licorice? Here it is.
There it is.
What's the red stuff?
Let's try it on the guinea pig.
Is it edible?
No, I don't eat
I'll
black
eat it.
licorice.
Is it gross?
You will.
Ah! You. What the hell is that?
It's clay.
Salty black licorice.
Ah, it's not edible.
Yeah, it is.
Eat it. That's disgusting.
I love it. What? It's Dutch candy, direct from the mother country.
You got some issues in the mother country, and that's not candy.
It's like that's like super powerful, but
Wow.
stuff is not quite that powerful.
Okay, here we go. So Jack, there's the finished product in all its beauty.
Relatively.
It's not really beautiful, but it's gonna get the job done.
Yeah.
So, step one was cut. What gauge is that? 28?
26 gauge galvanized steel.
26 gauge. This is Ethan Gilmet, the guy who did it for me, one of my students. 26 gauge galvanized steel is what we used because we had it.
24 by 15.
Jack Fennessy used flashing, but we used this because what we had. And we cut it 24 this way, lengthwise, by 15 this way was our first big cut.
15 and a half.
And then we, 15 and a half this way. And then we, so it all laid out.
Made our center line.
We found a center line right down the middle here. And then on that center line, we cut 5.5 inches in at either end. So 5.5 in that way, 5.5 in there. And then we...
And our next move was cut here.
Right, then we wanted this width right here to be 5.5 inches, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what yeah, 5.5 inches, I believe, was this across here.
Yep.
And so we ended up with 3 cuts. We had a cut at 5.5 inches, a cut at the center line, and then a cut 5.5 inches from this side.
Yep.
And then we bent it into this shape right here.
Essentially, yep.
And then we had these tabs all laid out here.
That were sticking out into each other.
And we took all those and bent them all at 90. So they were all overlapped.
We cut inch strip from the side.
Oh, right.
We cut a straight line.
Straight line across here.
Before we curved this.
Yep. And so we ended up with a straight line across here.
And then to fit around the muffler, we used a plasma cutter and created a arc.
That's what Ethan did that. I didn't do that.
On both sides. And then as final connection, we pushed these two in. We pop riveted right here, here and here, so that these two pieces would connect. And then Mr. Booth created a small little piece,
filler piece
that would control this seam right here.
So we left this seam open until I had it on the bike and zip tied it in place and had it all the way I wanted it. And then I marked where that seam was because this was mobile this way, so I could fit it on the bike. And when I got where I wanted, marked it, and then took it back off the bike and pop riveted that plate in the back to hold it at the basically the radius we wanted. And then I had to, somewhere here, I cut off a little bit more, I think right here, to get it around the muffler. So it's not going to be pretty, but there it is. So the first cut, 24 by 15 and a half. 15 and a half doesn't get changed again. 24 is kind of a loose number. This finished distance from here to here is 13 and a half. Oh, and then I had to also cut the fairing to make room. So the fairing is all cut out back from here. Where's my finger? Back from here. All this was all gouged out. All this was all gouged out. You can't really see what I'm doing. All gouged out along here. I don't know if you can see it. I'm not very good at video. So there it all is. Oh, I zoomed in, that's why, you dummy. Okay, so that's all gouged out that way to make room for it. So I got a big chunk of the muffler exposed, and then I just zip tied it in along the frame to the kickstand mark here, and then a couple spots on the frame here. There you go.
Money shot.